The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon has gained popularity as one of the top talk shows since 2014, but it also has produced some of the most talked about moments in television history over the years. Audience members and celebrity guests are expected and required to follow a number of strict rules. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video, we will take you through the strict rules that Jimmy Fallon forces his guests to follow. Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos and make sure you stay tuned with us till the end. You don't want to miss out on this interesting video. Getting tickets isn't easy. Getting tickets is like winning the state lottery, which is not that easy. Members of the audience must sign up and create a profile through the show's ticket portal. This will enroll them in a lottery system, giving them a chance to win tickets. But these tickets are only available once a month, and audiences can apply for up to 4 tickets per person. After that, it's simply a matter of logging in at the appropriate time and waiting to see if they've won. You can't outsmart security. Some people think they're cool and try to book tickets for their friends and family as well. They accomplish this by booking tickets under different names, but security was not created overnight, and if they suspect something is amiss, they will kick you out. But don't pretend you weren't forewarned. There are explicit terms and conditions stating that a ticket taken under separate names will be validated by the audience coordinator. Be early. As you might expect, The Tonight Show is a major television event, so no empty seats can be seen when the camera pans towards the audience. That's why the show is constantly overbooked, so you should arrive at the studio a little earlier than the check-in time of 3:45 p.m. But you don't have to arrive hours in advance either, 30 minutes will suffice. And if you arrive earlier than that, the crew will ask you to return later. Everyone must be present. The Tonight Show instructions for attending a taping are fairly straightforward. To check in, your entire party must be present, according to the NBC website. Every minute you waste puts you at risk of missing out on the audience. If your entire party fails to show up, the remaining tickets will be forfeited. So make sure you're all together and be patient because you could be waiting for several hours. Can't take bags in. Going on The Tonight Show is a lot like going through the airport. According to the NBC website, attendees are not permitted to bring any luggage, backpacks, or large shipping bags into the studio or the Peacock Lounge. They also do not provide a place to store your bags, so pack light or find another location to store your belongings besides the studio. Respect the dress code. The Tonight Show has a strict smart casual dress code that the audience must follow according to the NBC website. But if you've never heard of smart casual, here's the lowdown. Your outfit must be more elevated and put together than when you're dressing for off hours. That means that any clothing that is too loose or too casual is out. Furthermore, the crew reserves the right to refuse entry to anyone who does not adhere to the dress code. Can't take photos. If you want a souvenir, go to the gift shop at the end of the taping, but don't dare to take a photo while they're filming. If they see anyone attending the taping taking a photo, they will delete the photo and then delete it from your deleted items folder. When they're finished, they'll ask you to leave. The show has a no picture policy, which isn't the only one that sounds insane. Just ask anyone who needs to use the restroom. Cannot leave the studio. If you need to tinkle as an audience member, you should do so in the Peacock Lounge, the audience green room. This is probably your last chance to use the restroom. You are not permitted to leave the studio once you have been escorted there. You could technically go back in, but you won't be allowed back in and they'll ask you to leave, and you can't claim they didn't warn you. The production team makes certain that all audience members are aware of this strict rule. No phones allowed. As much as audience members would like to share their experience with their friends and followers on social media, phones are not permitted in the studio at any time. There will be no exceptions from the crew. If the crew notices someone pulling out their phone during taping, they will confiscate it and you will be kicked out of the studio. A 6-month ban. Being on The Tonight Show is a lot of fun and there are always surprises, which explains why so many people want to get tickets. However, if you're lucky enough to get in once, don't expect to return anytime soon. According to the NBC website, this is due to the limited number of shows per season and high demand for tickets. People who have previously attended the show are barred for 6 months, so if you want to see Jimmy live again, you'll have to wait 6 months. You're forced to clap. It may sound strange, but much of television, including the way the audience claps, is scripted. According to writer Matt Young, producers take audience members to a waiting room where the staff reminds everyone to always clap, even if it's not funny. And in case they forget, there's an applause sign at the bottom of several hanging TV screens. You will be embarrassed. Anyone who has appeared on Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show knows that Jimmy will try to put you on the spot. Not only that, but you're expected to discuss some extremely embarrassing topics. For example, during an interview, Nicole Kidman told the host that he had passed up a chance to date her. But Jimmy didn't realize the Aussie goddess was interested and squandered the opportunity. He was obviously rendered speechless as a result of this. The awkwardness that ensued following Nicole's confession made for one epic TV show moment we'll never forget. But Nicole was unsure how to deal with the embarrassment that ensued, and she even told Jimmy that she would never return to the show. You won't like some questions. The celebrities are not required to overcome obstacles like the audience in order to appear on the show, but they must be willing to answer questions that they don't particularly enjoy. Just ask Louis C.K., who made an appearance on the show in 2017. Louis was about to say something about how much he enjoyed napping when Jimmy interrupted him and asked, "Better than sleep?" The comedian gave him the most cringe-worthy side-eye we've ever seen on television, and Louis clearly wasn't a fan of Jimmy's affable comedy and called him out on it. Lip sync battle is a mystery. The Tonight Show has a sizable arsenal of pop culture parodies that go viral almost immediately. On a lip sync battle segment, Jimmy and a celebrity guest face off to lip sync for their lives. But here's something you probably didn't know. The song selection has been kept completely secret between the two competitors. But some guests, particularly Emma Stone, have left the talk show host in the dark. I had no idea what song she would lip sync to, but she was quick on her feet when she perfectly lip synced the lyrics to Ludacris's verse in DJ Khaled's All I Do Is Win. Butt of the joke. If you appear on The Tonight Show, you should expect Jimmy to make some jokes about you. Just ask Chris Christie, the former governor of New Jersey who appeared on the show in 2015. The politician related a story about how he and fellow politicians Mark Rubio and Mitt Romney discussed going out for ice cream. Okay, the governor jokingly tried to walk off stage, but he was clearly fine with being the punchline. Unfortunately, the audience was not permitted to record the amusing interaction on their phones. Will be thrown for a loop. During the show's musical genre challenge in 2018, the hosts completely baffled Ariana Grande. She had to perform a song by one artist in the style of another for the segment. So what did Ariana do when she was forced to perform Kendrick Lamar's song Humble in the style of Evanescence? The pop star swung her ponytail back, grabbed the mic, and delivered an epic rendition of Lamar's lyrics, mixed with the darkness of the goth rock group that blew everyone away. Don't ask about the secret guest. On The Tonight Show, viewers should be prepared for the unexpected. Don't expect you'll see a celebrity guest on the night you attend because the interviews are sometimes pre-taped, which means a secret guest will appear on the show, but don't bother asking the crew for the identity of the elusive guest. Aside from not revealing the identity of the secret guest, the crew ensures that you are never alone in your seat. Be ready for a high five. At the end of the show, the host runs through the audience and gives some of them a high five. But here's the catch. You must be in the right seat. Unfortunately, you don't have a say in where you sit. The floor crew seats you based on your group number, but if you see him approaching, stretch your hand out. Expect a Q&A. Following the conclusion of the show, Jimmy opens the floor for an epic Q&A with the audience. This is your chance to see the real Jimmy Fallon as he answers questions from random attendees, some of which can elicit an emotional and deep response. So you'd better be prepared. The questions can also be amusing, such as when an audience member asked him if he had any funny talents, and he simply shrugged and shook his head. This is where you can see Jimmy at his most genuine, and it's a real treat. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Also, let us know if you would still go to The Tonight Show in the comments section. Until next time!